Hello, everybody. This is Deborah Ann Matthews, and I am so excited to share with you 4 wonderful points about resumes and my resume business. And I would love to let you know that my business title is called Let Me Write It For You, and I am also expanding my services to what I call Let Me Point It out for you as well, to deal with some coaching and some group training and even a job club. So if I wanted to share with you 4 things about my business, I like to call them T.I.P.S. That's T stands for tackle business, I stands for innovative approaches, P stands for personality, and S stands for skills. And one neat little thing that happened to me, because I was kind of an academic Black history, Peace Corps lover, save the world kind of person, I went home after years of being away from home, and my dad needed something written, and my mother said, call Deborah Ann, she can write it for you. So when I found out about people having resume businesses, I said, oh my God, I love that idea of having a resume business. And living in a military community, there was a lot of need for resume businesses, and I was working in a career center. So one day I simply just got some business cards and I simply just started doing resumes. And because I had spent a lot of time in the career center in my university, and I taught career skills in AmeriCorps, and I did Up With People, so I traveled a lot, and I talked with people who lived all around the world who were young like me at the time. I knew a lot about the different jobs that people were doing and the different opportunities. And consequently, after I got my master's, during the time I was getting my master's, I actually did my internship in London, England at the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. And one thing I learned is that people who get a major in trombone or flute can have a viable career if you live in Europe, whereas we normally think people in the arts will live a life of arts but poverty. So that's no longer the case. So when I think about the T in TIPS, it's tackle business. I got an opportunity to do some work, but they wanted me to be a part of a professional association, and that's when I joined NRWA. And I also went to my first conference, and it was held in Maine, and it was a wonderful time. So not only the very first night I was there, I won some resume books, and that's exactly why I came. And not only did I learn business best practices, I received a mentor the very first conference, and from there, within 2 months, she took me to another career meeting, and she trained me and she coached me and she helped me. And not only that, everybody that I met, I wasn't bashful. I was excited. I asked a lot of questions. I shared when I received successes and tips such as raise your prices or communicate this way. I'll never forget one $2 million resume professional said to me, she just did her eyes like this. Her eyebrows would always go up. She'd say, don't do that. Do this. So being able to interact with people who had been in the business, they see you're excited, they're going to give you tips. I also like the I in TIPS, standing for innovative approaches, because there is actually a science to what we do as resume writers, where you place your name, your address, your information. It says something about how the type of professional you are. And if you don't know that, you better ask somebody, because what we do is very important. How we express ourselves. There's actually a secret to hiding keywords on a page with graphics on it. All of that stuff is absolutely science. And that helps us to be above the average Joe who doesn't get training. P stands for personality and tips. You can be as excitable or as demure or whoever you are, your personality fits your business. So you don't have to change it. What we learn how to do is tweak different things. Listen a little bit closer, ask the right questions. That's another thing. If you're not getting what you need from your clients, you really got there's a set of questions you can ask, and we don't mind sharing. That's one thing. If you're new to the business, you learn. We share here. We're not bashful. We don't hold secrets against each other. If we see a colleague has a question or concern, hey, let me send you what I use and you tweak it for your own business. And that's the environment that we're in, because there are absolutely no shortage of customers. I've had my colleagues ask me to write their resumes. I've had my colleagues ask me to coach them. And likewise, I've had to ask my colleagues, let me become one of your customers and I need you to coach me in the particular area. And that just happened to me this particular week. And so it was nothing for me to ask a colleague to look at this resume and go over it with me. Give me your tips, or I don't know how to do this template. So that's part of being in this network and being in this wonderful business called resume writing. S stands for skills. If you didn't know, this is where you learn grammar, placement of words, powerful words, overused words, and words that you can use in lieu of that. Helping customers, whether they're in the military, whether they're spouses, whether they're homemakers, whether they are IT professionals or science professionals. How do we leverage their talents with our talents and help their resume and career documents shine, whether they're a manager or whether they're a housekeeper? And let me tell you something, you can be a nanny and still help your customer to make a good salary based on how you set up their career communications. So this business has done well for me. It's a place where I can use my talents, I can use my interest, I can use my energy, and I can help what we like to call motivated job seekers and career changers, business owners, former military, people who really want to work with federal government, people who want to have small businesses. And thank you so much for joining me. And I just want to say I'm Deborah Ann Matthews, and I live in Clarksville, Tennessee, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and I am glad to share my business best practices with you. That's T.I.P.S. Tackle business, innovative approaches, personality, and skills. Peace. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.